Alrighty everyone, these instructions are to help you out with today's assignment called the Interest Profiler. This is something that I'm really excited to share with you guys. I've shared it with all my previous students and a lot of them have really liked it. And this is something that I did when I was actually in college that helped me a ton when it came time to choose or to start thinking about choosing a career. Now you guys don't need to choose something today. Don't feel pressured like you need to make a decision right now. But this just helps you get started, helps you start thinking about things. And this is going to help us with what we're going to be doing next time and probably the next few times in class. So to kind of explain what you're doing, obviously we've seen the instructions here that this assignment is on Canvas. So when you go to Canvas, there's a link that's going to take you to a website. I think it's called Our Next Move or Your Next Move, something like that. And when you go there, it's going to have a little quiz for you. Now this quiz I think asks you like 50 questions, and they're very simple questions. It asks you something like would you enjoy working with your hands to build cabinets? Now when it asks you a question like that, it's not saying would you enjoy doing that all day, every day for the rest of your life? It's just saying would you find that fun to work with your hands building cabinets, like your kitchen cabinets? Or would you enjoy working with animals, like as a veterinarian? Would you enjoy working with the calculator? So again, keep in mind, it's not that you have to do that thing for forever, just is it something that you enjoy doing? And you can kind of give it a score of like a 1 through 5. Now after you go through and enter in all your scores, you're going to get a results page that looks like this. Now on this results screen, it tells you kind of what your strengths are. Now in this example, the highest score that we see here is I, and it stands for investigative. Now I'll be honest, I don't remember what that means. I don't read investigative and go, oh yeah, right on, I'm an investigative person. So if you read that and you're like, what the heck, what does investigative mean? These are links. You can click on them and it'll give you a description, and hopefully if the quiz has done its job and if you've entered your answers correctly, then you'll read it and that whatever your score is will describe you. So if you scored the highest on investigative, you click on it and it's going to give a description that you're like, yeah, okay, that's me. That describes me. So that's the goal. You want to have whatever your highest score is reflect your personality. So that that'll make it so that it's doing its job and it helps. Okay, so after this, you click next once you get to this results screen, and you're going to go to next, and that's going to take us to job zones. So the job zones page looks like this. Now this one, it's kind of misleading, but what it's asking is how much schooling or how much training do you want to get for your job? So these different categories, these 5, I'll kind of explain what they're for or what they do. Job zone 1 is if you had like zero schooling after high school. Like you probably went to high school and that's it. Job zone 2 is you didn't go to college, but you did a different type of training, like a trade school. Those are typically like 2 years. Like those, what's an example that you guys might be familiar with? There's a lot of coding schools that are like less than 2 years even. You go there, you get like a coding degree, and you can start working as a programmer or like something like that, a software engineer. So that's job zone 2. It's a lot less schooling, but it's still a degree, a type of schooling. Job zone 3 is probably right around getting like a bachelor's degree. That's probably most people's range. That's what I've done so far. Job zone 4 is getting a master's. So that's an additional, I believe, 2 years of school. And then job zone 5 would be getting a doctor, which is an additional like 6 years of school. That's to become a doctor, probably like an engineer. I don't know. Like that's up there. That's really, really up there. Now, most people are probably going to be right around this area, but I'll be honest. I'm going to tell you guys, I think job zone 2 is, in my opinion, the coolest. Just because you spend less time in school, you can still get an amazing job, and it's an awesome opportunity. So whatever you pick, like obviously choose what you think is best. Choose what you like. I'm just going to tell you that going forward in your career future, you're probably going to hear people highly encourage you to do job zones 3, 4, and 5, and that's not bad. Like that's their preference. I'm just here to tell you that job zone 2 is an awesome option. So just don't want you guys to be discouraged as you hear people say, go to college, go to college. College is good, it's just not the only option. Job zone 2 is great, and job zone 1 can be great too. Okay, so pick which one you like the best, and then you'll hit next, and that's going to take you to the careers screen. Let's see if I can click on mine. There we go. Okay, now here, this is where it gets really cool. So this is where it has, based on your results that you got that are that's here, that your strengths, and then based on what job zone you picked, that's going to give you some career options that fit your style and fit your job zone or your schooling level. Now they're alphabetized, so don't be discouraged if the very top thing says like babysitter. I mean, that's not saying that like, yes, that is what you should definitely be. It just came up first because it's in the alphabet. Comes up first in the alphabet, or sooner in the alphabet. So yeah, they're just alphabetized, and these are suggestions. It's not saying that like this is the #1 thing you should do. So there could be some fun ones, but there are some awesome options. So what you're going to do to get credit for this assignment, by the way, is record, your 5 favorite careers and what your highest score is on, and your highest score in your strengths. And that's what you're going to record on Canvas to get credit for the assignment. And keep track of what your 5 highest careers or your 5 favorite careers were, because we're going to use them next time, and we're going to do some deeper study about them and learn more about them. So all you need to do once you get to this side is just read through them, see what the 5 are that you think are the coolest, and then write those down on Canvas and write down what your highest score was here, and you're set. So I hope that helps. Email me if you have any additional questions, and hope you guys enjoy May 5th and May 4th, and we'll talk to you soon.